How do you know you've got your crop nutrition right? Using soil tests alone will only show you what nutrients are available in the soil for crop uptake, but are your crops actually taking up those nutrients? Your yield history will also guide you to what nitrogen you might need, but is it really being worked in as effectively as possible for your crop needs? Testing the nutrient status of your grain is very important because it will give you good management information to see how well your nutrient management plan has worked for this past season. For example, it could be that you're using an awful lot of farmyard manures and slurries for your crop nutrition. Now, in theory, that could have given more than enough nutrition, but you're relying on that organic matter to mineralize and then become available for the crop, which it may or may not do in the quantities that you need to reach crop performance. So grain testing will show how effectively that has worked. Also, recent studies have shown that the phosphate levels in grains have dropped, and also the amount of phosphate that's being applied has also dropped. So it could be that we need to universally be thinking about how much phosphate we apply to our crops, and if we're really giving them enough of that phosphorus to give them the nutrition that they need. Also, grain tests are not expensive. They're like £45. So there's really nothing stopping you from doing that, especially when you consider that urea is currently trading at about £400 to £410 a tonne. It's also important to remember that RB209 will guide you in the right direction, but it's all about achieving economic optimums. It is an economic document. That is it. It does have some environmental guidelines and rules in there, but essentially it's all about economic optimums. And all your soil testing, your soil mineral nitrogen testing, and your grain testing and your sap testing should be doing is guiding you to achieve the right nutrition for your crop. And I would advise that you do as much of those things as physically possible, because as much information as you have available helps your agronomist guide you in the right direction to get the right products for the crop, so you get the best performance out of that crop and reach the best margins possible.